Tonight, we're reliving the 5 most dramatic Love Island moments that had the villa shaking, Ofcom working overtime, and us, let's be honest, rewinding like it's 2007. Buckle up.
Before they were a Love Island power couple, Molly May Hague and Tommy Fury had one of the messiest triangles of the season. And the third point? The unforgettable Maura Higgins. Maura arrived like a storm, confident, direct, and with her eyes firmly on Tommy. The chemistry between them was instant, and Tommy, bless him, claimed his head had done a 560. Not a real number, but it was enough to shake Molly May's usually cool composure. At first, Molly May stayed calm, watching the situation unfold, but Maura wasn't shy, flirting openly, making bold moves, even leaning in for a kiss during a challenge. Tommy pulled away just enough to avoid full disaster, but the damage was done. The villa buzzed, and Molly May knew she needed answers. When she finally confronted Tommy, it wasn't explosive, it was sharp, controlled, and impossible to dodge. She asked direct questions, pushing for clarity. Tommy reassured her, mostly, but his answers had little escape hatches built in, and Molly May could feel them. Meanwhile, Maura kept the pressure on. She told Molly May straight to her face that she fancied Tommy. No secrets, no subtlety. It was the kind of fearless honesty that made Maura an instant fan favorite, even if it made the villa tenser by the day. In the end, Tommy's choice became clear. The connection with Molly May was too strong to ignore. Maura moved on to new prospects, and Molly May and Tommy rebuilt their trust. Looking back, this wasn't screaming drama, it was a slow burn chess match. Every glance, every word carried weight, and it worked. Molly May and Tommy made it to the final, and their relationship lasted long after the show ended. It's proof that in Love Island, drama isn't always about fireworks. Sometimes it's the quiet, calculated moments that stick with you the longest.
Casa Amor recouplings are always tense, but Amber Gill's return in season 5 was next level shock TV. She walked in solo, loyal, glowing, ready for her slow motion movie star reunion. Instead, Michael was standing with Joanna, looking like he'd just hit the villa jackpot. The gasp from the Islanders was loud, but the one from living rooms across the UK? Deafening. Then came the line, "I found something stronger." Just days earlier, Michael had been affectionate, committed, making Amber feel secure. Now, he was talking better connections like he'd just skimmed the breakup chapter in a self-help book. Amber's first response was calm, almost icy. No screaming, no meltdown, just that measured composure that signals a storm is brewing. When they finally sat down, Amber's words were sharp but controlled. Michael stayed defensive, and Joanna looked like she'd wandered into the wrong reality show. The fallout was instant. Friendship shifted, alliances redrew. Amber didn't crumble, she rebuilt. Her wit and charm returned, and she reminded the villa why she was a favorite. Michael kept circling back, but the damage was done. Enter Greg O'Shea, laid back, drama-free, exactly what Amber needed. Their connection was instant, a refreshing reset after weeks of tension. By the finale, Amber and Greg weren't just together, they won the season. Michael clapped along, Joanna was long gone, and the audience absolutely thrilled. It wasn't just a victory, it was poetic justice, the kind of Love Island story you can't script.
If you thought Love Island breakups were messy, Season 5's Curtis and Amy storyline turned it into performance art. Fresh back from Casa Amor, Curtis looked different. Not in the "I've been working out" way, more like a man who's rehearsed a difficult conversation in front of the mirror. And he had. Over breakfast, in what's now called the breakup breakfast, Curtis calmly admitted his head had been turned. Not just a passing distraction, he genuinely didn't see a future with Amy. The delivery? Almost too polite, like he was cancelling a lunch date, not ending a relationship on national television. Amy's reaction was instant and silent at first, her face saying everything. She'd been planning their post-villa life, and he'd been planning his exit strategy. Around them, the villa was still. No giggles, no whispers, just the quiet crack of a heart breaking in real time. What made it sting wasn't cheating or a dramatic confrontation, it was the sheer awkwardness of a breakup so calm, so matter-of-fact, that it felt surreal. Curtis didn't yell, didn't cry, he just explained, as if reading from a polite script. In the days that followed, Amy tried to hold it together, but the atmosphere had shifted. Her confidence was gone, and her friends in the villa knew it. Eventually, she made the decision to leave, a graceful, self-respecting exit that became one of the most emotional departures in Love Island history. Curtis stayed, mingled, tried to move on, but the audience never quite forgave the "heads been turned" line. It entered the Love Island vocabulary, becoming shorthand for any islander about to deliver bad news with suspiciously good manners. Even now, years later, when someone utters those words, we all flash back to that breakfast table. Curtis buttering his toast, calmly dismantling a relationship. Awkward, unforgettable, and the perfect example of how quiet drama can be just as powerful as fireworks.
Bringing back former Islanders for an all-star season was always going to be messy, but no one predicted the web of drama we'd get. From day one, it felt like the producers had designed the villa as a reunion special with a side of emotional chess. Every single person had history, exes, awkward almost relationships, and unresolved tension ready to detonate. The standout saga? Georgia Steele, Toby Eramolaran, and the looming presence of Callum Jones with Molly Smith. Georgia and Toby's connection flickered between promising and chaotic, while Callum and Molly's unresolved history hovered over the villa like an uninvited guest. The fun of it all was the meta-drama. This wasn't just about what happened now, it was about every season that came before. Islanders weren't starting from zero, they were carrying receipts, grudges, and reputations. A single conversation could spark a chain reaction because everyone remembered that thing you did years ago. The peak came during the challenges and recouplings when subtle digs turned into open confrontations. Georgia's fiery energy clashed with Toby's laid-back approach, leading to stop-start arguments that had fans pausing and rewinding. Meanwhile, Callum and Molly tried to play it cool, but couldn't escape the undercurrent of unfinished business. By the time the finale rolled around, Georgia and Toby's journey had been a full rollercoaster, highs, lows, and moments where you wondered why they hadn't just walked in opposite directions. They ended up finishing fourth, but their contribution to the season's drama? First place. The beauty of All Stars was that it felt like Love Island, the extended universe. Every interaction had layers, every scene felt like a callback, and in a season with so much history crammed under one roof, the drama didn't just happen, it simmered, erupted, and left behind moments fans would dissect for years. Season 11 gave us one of those rare reality TV blow-ups where emotion, pride, and public perception all collided at once. And at the center, Harriet and Kieran. From early on, their dynamic had that simmering energy, playful on the surface, but with undercurrents of jealousy and mistrust. Little things piled up, side comments, lingering looks, whispers around the villa. You could feel it building, like a pressure cooker about to blow. When it finally did, it wasn't behind closed doors. It was front and center, at the fire pit, with everyone watching. Harriet came in hot, voice firm, eyes locked on Kieran. Her words carried that "I've been holding this in, and now you're going to hear it" rhythm. Kieran, for his part, went straight into defense mode, half explanation, half self-protection. He tried to push back, but with the whole villa as an audience, it felt less like a conversation and more like a public trial. What made the moment so compelling was how instantly it shifted the villa's atmosphere. People took sides. Conversations split off into little debriefs, the ripples reached every corner. Friends were suddenly cautious, alliances reevaluated. The fallout even brought in side drama, with Nicole stepping in to clear the air with Harriet, leading to yet another emotional exchange. By then, it wasn't just a couples argument, it was a villa-wide event, the kind that changes the social map overnight. In the episodes that followed, the tension eased, but the memory of that confrontation lingered. It became a season 11 touchstone, a reminder that in Love Island, the fire pit isn't just for romantic recouplings. Sometimes it's the stage for the most explosive truths. So, there you have it. 5 moments that proved the villa isn't just about love. It's about the drama that keeps us glued to our screens. Whether it's a meltdown, a blindsiding recoupling, or a showdown that changes everything, these are the scenes that live rent-free in our heads. Which one's your favorite? And more importantly, who's going to give us the next big shock? Because on Love Island, history has a way of repeating itself, only louder.